Here we can put ourselves over top of this guy. This is an ugly face. Oh my goodness. Well, this is some old. This here is something that happened a couple of years ago, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, 2015. Well, I'm not so sure that we even have a really good definition of what it means to be enlightened, to go through some kind of enlightenment. It is given over to people that can. Here, let's see if we can't make this bigger. It's given over to people that can master a particular part of their mind. Is this working? Yeah. So it's what is it a great big deal? But yeah, yes, it is a big deal. This is well, I don't know how you go about showing it unless you were like a king or something like that. But it's not something that well, it's not open for everybody. See, in our Bible, it tells us pretty clearly that Jesus, or this God, this energy, chooses us. We don't choose it, although it does say to knock on the door and it'll be answered. But you know, the science behind the energy here is that it doesn't take a lot of light to fill this earth. Not a lot of light at all. And there seems to be no big hurry either. All right. It seems to be some kind of pin the tail on the donkey situation where we are running around chasing our own tails and never really getting anywhere, just further and further away from the truth. It's like the expansion of the galaxies or the universe. It seems like as soon as we get to a certain edge, it grows more. We're just never going to make it to the edge of the universe. Now, this the Enlightenment situation, I'm wondering, outside of it being, a goal, it is a goal for most people to unite with God, come to some kind of ending in its in the overall constant churning and turning of life. But the person that gets this knowledge, when other people can't understand it, what does it do for them? Look what I've done. I've worked my ass off to try to get this channel up and off the ground, knowing very well that the world out there is underneath this slumber business of the Lord's, that no matter what I try to do, they're not going to hear it. It's only open to those few people that can do it, who can hear it. Those people with the eyes and the ears, So, so enlightenment. We talked about it here, and our Bible tells us about it, and it shows us how we can obtain a new heaven and earth. And all of this has been misconstrued by the outside world as a way of getting off this earth or going to another earth or 5D earth or dying and going to heaven, stuff like that, when it actually is something that describes pretty much simple life it is on earth here. You want to get out of hell, you want to live a better life, you want to get out of the rat race, then learn to meditate and join a religion. And so that's the first part of this. All right. And there are a set of rules that try to get you to be the best person that you could possibly be. And you just do that. You do that for a good long time. But then, one day, stumble over the wall, stumble over into this spiritual side, and you'll find that okay, you got the first part done. Now the spiritual side opens up, and the spiritual side is the side that's going to save you. But without the word, there would have been no saving at all. That word was meant to make us trespass. That trespass against God is very important, or you cannot play the game. So when Father and the bitch are done with you, it's like a birth pain, it says. That's the toil and travail. This is a pregnant person, a pregnant world, a pregnant something while it's traveling. And, but after this birth comes about, everything is beautiful after that. That's what we're looking for. This is an individual's, this is what an individual looks for, to get away from things. He doesn't use it and then go over and take over some town and, be a tyrant or this or that because he's the smartest person in the group. Oh my goodness, that's not how it is. That's not how that works. He's smart in a particular area, a particular thing, and that's what we'll get out of this connection with God, is that each person that does connect is a unique person in himself, will bring about something new to the world. And this is just a thought of mine. But, like with me, I'm giving you both sides of the Bible. I'm giving you what the Bible does, the word itself. But there are other people that can learn how to do other things, that can teach us how to do other stuff that are also God and of the mind, But what they tell you first is that you get knowledge, and that knowledge is of the Bible. And then when the Bible will confirm what you are doing is correct. And all it's telling us to do is to shut down the lower mind, to disconnect from it. It's a step-by-step process. How do you do that? You have to kill yourself someplace, and all that really is representing the walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And as you're doing this, you'll fear no evil, because Father's been put to sleep. And so when it's over with, not a hair on your head, you're not supposed to be moved by this in any way. It means you're not supposed to be hurt by this movement in any way. Not a hair on your head will be changed. That Jesus is the vine, we are the branch. And it says, if we do it correctly, if we follow his word correctly, then we can eat from this vine and enjoy our lives forever and ever, as this fruited vine is inside of us. And it's for our own dealings with, it's for our own consuming. We are our own boss from this particular point. We're not going to go out there and take over somebody else's world or anything like that. But within our own worlds, we will bring God into it in this light that shines. And at the same time, we were bound. We broke the bands, and bands, the round and round things, these things that go around as bands. The lower conscious is, we've cut them off. There's no more of this ever again. And it can't be. That's what we get out of this. That's an enlightenment. Enlightenment right now is just letting you know that you can do this. And if you've got the instructions, that's great. That's wonderful. They tell us that, that it doesn't mean that you did it. All right. Up until now, he says, you haven't come to my name in anything. You have to sit down and do this. He says, up until now, you have not came in my name for one thing. Well, I know that at least for 4 years, I've been practicing in this situation, coming in his name in order to obtain knowledge. and stuff like that. And now I have it, you know. I never met one-on-one with him that I know of, but I sure the hell, you know, sat down and tried it, you know, did what the Bible told me to do, and I got it. And that doesn't make me the smartest man in the world, but the Bible tells me that wiser men than I have sat down and tried to figure this out. They wish that they could see what I see and hear what I hear. You know, they wish they could. Well, so does a lot of other people. They wish they could, but all they have is Father's word. That's all they can hear. They don't hear Christ's word. Christ, what's inside of us. Father's what's outside of us. So those people are stuck on the outside. They just don't know how to get inside. And those people, the clergies, whether they know or not, they would say, like, you know, they don't go in neither. And those people that want to go in, they don't allow it either. So there's something that's holding us into earth. There's holding us on. But he says, in one of these old sayings, it says, can a pregnant woman, when it's time to give this up, this child, can she hold on to it? No. In fact, the way it is they tell us that, you know, it's giving it up. It's giving birth to you. And all that time that came beforehand, that red, the earth, the ruddy, we have Esau, the hairy, the monster, the animal side. We had him first. Now we got Jacob. Now we would have, like, in reality, or not reality, but in the Older Testament, we had John the Baptist, that monster of a ruddy dude. He represents outside of us. And of course, who's going to come later on, just 6 months down the road? Jesus, right? That's the inside guy. We got an outside and an inside. That's how it works, you guys. All right. I hope you got something out of this. All right. Enlightenment. What is it all up against anyway? So you get some knowledge. It also saves you. This is I've listened to, I forgot to answer any of these things. So I'm still looking and listening to clues. Our soul is already eternal. So whether or not we live on forever and ever, I'm in a place right now where I just don't have that answer. You know, if I had known that, I would have, you know, I would have taken care of myself better. Shit, fire, man. That's the saying. But we wind up being alive, and that should be recognizable within you anyways, is that we've gone from being spiritually dead and maybe needing more work and being pushed up things or held on to or whatever, that now it's going to be an easier walk, that we actually are, you know, walking on sunshine, you know, and that there's a little giddy up, you know, in our walk or something, and that we are alive. And perhaps what happens to us next, gosh knows what, but it's probably just beautiful, more beautiful. But I haven't heard none of that stuff yet. I just know that we now walk with Lord, and we've got the Lord out to being like, we got to be nice around him. We got to, like, you know, take our shoes off around him. We got to bow around him. We got to bring him gifts and money and stuff like that. And it's not like that at all. I mean, even though I can't see him, you know, I just don't get that kind of feeling with him. It's like he likes me, you know, and I'm not so hard to get along with. I think it's a lot of fun. But just an ordinary energy of some kind. If it isn't you yourself, you know, that you've come to like, you know, and admire. And so, but in reality, we know that it is about a more positive force that you can go out there and light the world up. And that's really a nice thing to do is to bring love, life, and beautiful things into the world. You know, I did it before too. Yeah, but now I feel like, yeah, now I know I'm more lockdown type. I know. But God's with me. That's what you know. That's what's cool about it, you know, and because you did it the right way. I had it on one side and fooled myself because, that's what it's meant for. So the one side's supposed to do it all without meeting God, without letting your soul free, without sitting down, meditating. You get it all on the other side. Everything you want on the other side, you know. We didn't know that was the bad side, But we also didn't know that it was important that we did this. It's the only way we learn. So anyways, try to jump over the fence. Try to get on the other side of the fence. See what the truth is. And when it sets you free, it's this idea that you no longer have to be a part of the world anymore. That should let you know that there's something restful ahead of you for this. This is that. Heaven is at hand right now. All right, you guys. I hope you got something out of this. And, there's millions and billions of peoples in this world. I have no idea how long or how many of us they are allowing. So let's just pretend like, even though God is the one that's going to be doing all the choosing up here, you jump up in there. You get in line. Get in line. Get in line. All right? I need help. All right? I'll chat with you soon. I hope all is well with y'all.